I lived over in Shore Acres area, and then over off of 30th Avenue. Just before I got off the radio, that's where I was living.
Oh, dude, it's a small world, huh? It was weird. You know, I had my ticket back then, too, but it was boring, you know? TV was kind of, I don't know, stupid fun. I don't know how to explain it. You know, you could pretty much get away with murder.
Yeah, it was in its prime, just before it started to drop off. What was that other person? Oh, my God. There was so many of them. Shit, Superman. He was right on 25th off of 16th Street, right on 275. Remember Superman, Bruce?
Yep, I remember Bruce well. Yeah, that's funny. I live right up the street from, what's his name? He calls himself Knee Slapper, way back when. He's still got an antenna up. I haven't heard him on the radio in years, though. I don't know. But it's really funny, man. Because I run across people every now and then, and, oh, wait, what's his name? Super Dave, that's another guy. I ran across him. I heard his voice. I was at Walmart. I'm like, I hear Super Dave, and he turns around and he goes, holy crap, how are you doing? It was funny.
Yeah, Superman Bruce, he gave me my first tattoo, man.
I didn't know he did tattoos.
Yeah, when he moved, he married that chick he met on the radio, and they moved up by Brooksville area, and he opened up a tattoo shop up there. What was it called? Mr. V Super Tattoos, and he ran that up there for a long time. And when he was still living over off of 25th, I was 17, and he put ink on my skin the first time.
The girl that he met on the radio, was she one of the ones that used to hang out with that lady called Lady Fox or something like that?
No, yeah, I know you're talking about Luscious Lips and Lady Fox, yep.
I was curious about
that.
What the fuck? Wow. Yeah, man, that's funny. I mean, I'm feeling old now.
That's the old Channel 19 stuff going on.
No, Channel 12 and Channel 10, man. That's back over here in St. Pete, man. Whew. Big time, man. And just like here, if you didn't have power, people were ignoring you.
That's exactly the truth, man. it was crazy. And, you know, I mean, back then, I think 500 watts was like, whoa, you've got power.
Yeah, been 100.
Yeah, I used to run a Mako 550 modulator amp and with a President Washington and with a D104, man. When I keyed up, man, people heard me.
You're gonna laugh, dude, but I've got in my van. I still have a 2950 and a DX500 in between the seats. It's funny as hell.
I had a Tram D201 and a 750 Mako and a PDL beam about 50 feet. Man, I ruled in my neighborhood.
Boy, yeah, especially that PDL. I had a PDL-2 and a big stick, Shakespeare big stick, that I modified. I took that wimpy whip off the top and put a 5/8 7-foot fire stick on top of it. And, yeah, I had a good time.
We put up a stainless steel 102-inch whip on the top of ours.
A 2-element quad. It was a iteration of the one.
We did it on the Antron.
On the Antron, 102-inch steel whip.
Then see what you get. So, you know, I had a bunch of tubing from a bunch of broken 5/8 weight ground planes, and I made me a quad.
Yep, it's you know, PDL-2 was awesome because I could switch horizontal or vertical, and of course turn it anywhere I want to turn. And I believe PDL-2 you could run both at the same time.
Really? That's like that's like circular rotation.
That was a hell of a beam, man. I love that thing.
I mean, if you can operate
killer game.
Remember back then there was that ham old lady that she owned all those donut shops in Pelham County back then. I think it was called Donut Connection or something like that. She was from Massachusetts and she had a really heavy accent from Mass, you know. Lost an accent, and she was a ham. But she'd get on there and her handle was Donut Lady, and she gave me a PDL-2. She gave me an Astroplane, and she gave me, what the hell was that? Siltronic 1011. Don't make me turn my power up. Piece of crap.
Damn, I heard
she gave me all that stuff and 2 50-foot push-up balls for free. All I had to do was go take them down. And I did that, and man, I was living high in the hog back then.
I gotta love that. Do you remember Jose?
I don't know, maybe. Jose Quiver?
No, he just called himself Jose on the radio. It was weird. He would always be down there on, I don't know, somewhere around Channel 18 sometimes, 21 at night, you know, and stuff like that. But I think they moved down to Channel 5. I'm not sure. But, yeah, I just wondered.
No, Channel 5, there was no talking on Channel 5. There was no talking on Channel 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because you know Channel 6.
Oh, yeah.
And 9 was clear. That was emergency only.
Yeah, there used to be, what, the React channel when I was a kid.
You remember that movie, TV radio, or whatever it was called, Citizens Band? Where the kid kept talking smack on there or whatever, and they went to his house and busted his radio up, and his mom thanked the guys that did it?
Yeah. He was like, oh, thank you. I hope my son changes that for this.
That's the Rudy. No, he broke my radio. Oh, thank God.
I remember my old call sign. That's funny.
Oh, yeah, you never forget that.
I remember the first year I was actually licensed.
Well, my dad was a ham. He made me fill out that paperwork that came with the radio, had to send it in, wait for my call sign to come back before he would let me talk on the radio, and then he wouldn't even, I had to get my novice license before he'd give me a FT 101.
Yeah, I never went and got his ticket, but he always kept pushing me. Do it. But yeah, I didn't have to get my own because, you know, it's like GMRS back then. Citizen Band with the whole family.
Yeah. You never had to learn CW either, did you?
Oh, yes, I did, because I got my novice ticket.
Okay, yeah, so you did know 5 words a minute.
Oh, hell yeah. Dude, when I got my extra, I had 20-something words a minute. I don't remember. I think it was 20 words a minute, 25. I don't remember. Back then, and I hated every damn minute of it.
Well, the next step up from novice was I think it was still tech, wasn't it? And then you had to move up to 15 words a minute or something like that. I forgot. But then at that point you got voice privileges.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's how it worked. And then, man, I remember, God, it was crazy. But, yeah, I don't know. Extra class was a whole lot easier than it is now, man. I looked at that test. I'm only a general now. That's a scary test.
You know, they just changed it, too, last month. July 1st, it changed.
I know, I've been hitting ham study and banging it, you know, like for an hour or so on the weekends, and it's like
not anymore.
I don't know about the digital crap, and I'm
advanced is no longer there?
I don't want to know about.
Nope. No more advanced there, Mark. No, it's so you can still keep it if you have it. You can keep it, or you can grandfather yourself up if you want. But because you look at the band plan charts, you can still see where it says advanced. You know, I don't know. They may as well just give it to them. I mean, seriously.
I pass on the extra privileges for carrying your advance and being loyal all these years.
Yeah, I mean, the band plan is so ignorant between extra and advance. Why don't they just grandfather them and give it to them? Kind of like the old techs, how they gave them general, you know, when they changed the whole scheme of everything.
Yeah, I mean, they're willing to pay off billions in school debt. Well, why can't they cancel advance and move to extra? That's so much simpler.
Well, you know, I remember advance used to be a separate thing back then. I mean, I don't know if it is now still, but now it seems to me like some of the questions that are on the on the extra were on the advanced stuff back then.
Right. We're getting you prepped for it, you know. there were actually extra questions in the advanced test, you know?
You know, actually, I think with what you do with FTA, you're